The Power of Four is the first book in the Legacy of the Goddess series. It is a tale of fantasy, magic, and adventure, set in ancient Egypt in the mythical village of Neten on the banks of the great sacred river. Chapter 5. Learning Valuable Lessons. It was early in the morning. Ezra was up. He could hear voices, people talking. He went downstairs quietly to the altar room below, where he could see his mother and uncle sitting and sipping tea. The altar room was octagonal in shape. It was the most ornate room in the house. His mother loved to sit there and sip her tea. The whole room was white with gold motifs and decorations. The ritual implements were kept on shelves, shining and clean. In one corner, the fragrances and incenses were kept. There was a large doorway leading to their garden, where they grew their herbs and vegetables. Above the door was a simple square board. On it were inscribed names of the deities guarding the four corners of the house. On the wall opposite the doorway was an elaborate almanac, showing the position of the moon for each day and the time to sow and harvest each crop. The students, their family, and friends always gathered in the altar room. It was a room that emanated life and vitality. People felt better just by entering the room. "It is time to start teaching him," he heard his mother telling his uncle. "He's only a child, Arya. He is not grown up yet," protested his uncle. No more excuses. I have waited long enough. He gets curious about the rituals that are held in this house. At his age, I was already a... "Ezra," called his mother, sensing his presence. "Come out of hiding." Ezra came out and greeted his uncle. He was scared. He thought his mother would scold him in front of his uncle for listening to their conversation. Instead, he saw his mother looking at him with great pride and affection. "Your uncle will teach you a few lessons about rituals each day. Can you do it?" "Yes, of course," said Ezra. That day after school, Ezra went as usual to the shop. His uncle had cleared a small space for him at the back of the shop. "Sit, Ezra. Tell me, what do you do when you want something very badly?" "I don't know. I ask for it," said Ezra. No, you can't ask for everything you wish for. Sometimes you have to get it for yourself," said his uncle. "Now, search in your mind for something or someone that you love dearly. Search well. Focus on that which you are seeking. See the object that you are seeking. Sense it. Smell it. Taste it. Hear it. Hold it in your hands. Become one with it." Ezra searched in his mind. He wanted to say something clever, but could think of nothing. He said, "I can't think of anything. I think I have everything I want." "Search your memories then. Do you remember something that makes you happy when you think about it? Any memories of childhood when you felt happy, loved, as if your heart would burst with happiness?" His uncle was looking very intently at Ezra. Ezra thought of his father. He did not remember him, but if he were to picture him, he felt his father would have kindly eyes and would be a tall man with curly hair like him. He felt his father would love him dearly. He could see in his mind's eye how happy his mother would look if she were with him. "Yes, now I know what I want, but it is a memory as well as a person," said Ezra excitedly. He was sure he will have his father back with them again in no time. "My father, of course," said Ezra, beaming with joy at his uncle. "Of course," said his uncle dryly. Ezra tried the exercise of the five senses for the next few days, sometimes twice and even thrice in a day. Slowly, he started feeling the energy of his father around him. It was as if his father was trying to tell him something. He started to hold the pendant which had belonged to his father, a blue stone tied to a black thread, which he wore round his neck. The stone would glow softly, and he would feel the presence of his father even more. His uncle asked him to hum words of power on certain nerve points in his body, to open up his senses to the invisible world. These are nerve centers. These are energy centers that need to open so that you can feel and hear and sense and even see what is beyond, said his uncle. Ezra was taught to hum at each nodal point of his body, which resonated to a different sound. One morning, when he was sitting in school, he heard a buzzing sound in his ears. "It is time for your next lesson," said the voice softly. Ezra went home that day and decided to tell his mother about the voice by the river. He felt his mother would know more about the voice. His mother looked surprised when he told her about the guardian. She said, "When did this happen? Why didn't you tell me?" "Yes, of course I know what you are talking about. You have the gift, son. You can hear what others cannot. You can hear the guardian of the sacred great river." She seemed happy and excited at the same time. Her son may be the chosen one. She wanted to share the news with Ramos. His mother told him that she too, at the age of 15, could hear the guardian's voice. "Long ago the guardian spoke to me, but I stopped heeding her call. Now I can't hear her anymore. The guardian has never revealed herself to anyone in our family. Ezra, you may be the chosen one. It is said that the treasures of the great river are revealed only to the one who can hear her." "What does our family do, mother?" asked Ezra. "Are we magicians, priests, or healers?" asked Ezra, as his mother kept silent. "Yes," was all she said. He looked at her exasperated. "Why does no one ever say anything clearly in this family? Will they be eaten away by the demonic forces if they spoke truthfully for once?" He felt his mother deliberately holding back from him and did not trust him. He stormed out of the house and started walking. He walked for a long time and realized he had reached the banks of the river. The air was warm and still. Ezra felt hot. He was sweating. "Greetings, dear one. So you are here for your next lesson," said the guardian. "Are we magicians?" asked Ezra without returning the greeting. "Why does no one tell me anything?" he complained. The guardian replied, "They're waiting for the right time." "Right time for what?" asked Ezra. "Right time to tell you about your family," answered the guardian. "My family?" asked Ezra. "Yes, about your father whom you are trying to contact," said the guardian. "And can he hear me?" asked Ezra. "Yes, he can hear you clearly. He says he loves you and wants the best for you. Soon you will go with your friends to meet him," said the guardian. "You will be a powerful magician one day," continued the guardian. "But first, learn to remain calm. Only then you can hear me. Learn to be silent and listen. Speak only if necessary. Do not reveal what you know to those who do not understand," whispered the guardian. "What is that you wanted to teach me?" asked Ezra more respectfully. "Learning to control your anger and turning it into magic," said the guardian. There was a slight breeze which picked up, and Ezra sat down on the banks. "What is magic?" asked Ezra. "Anything you can create with love is magic," said the guardian. "Your work is your magic, and it is your legacy. Any action done over a period of time turns to magic. When you gain absolute mastery over a craft and you can change it according to your will, then it turns to magic," said the guardian. "How do I turn my anger, my sadness into magic?" asked Ezra. "With love, of course, by doing something you love. said the guardian. What do you love, Ezra? Asked the guardian. I love plants, herbs, spices. That is all I know about, said Ezra. It is something I like to work with. I do it without effort, and however hard my uncle makes me work, I don't feel tired. Then that is your true path. It will lead you to magic, said the guardian. Can I only love one thing, or can I love more than one thing? Asked Ezra. You can love more than one thing, Ezra. No one can control what you love, laughed the guardian softly. That one thing that makes you happy can help you create your magic because it will be something you feel strongly about, something that you can see even though it is not visible, hear its rhythm even though it has made no sound, feel it in your heart and hold it in your hands even though it is created in your mind. When you love something that much and want to pursue it, no matter what the obstacles are, then you are meant to create magic with it. You remain true to it and never let it go. It is your magic. No one can take that away from you. You will defend it and protect it. Promise me, said the guardian. I promise, said Ezra. But how can I use my imagination to create magic? Do you mean like using my mind? Asked Ezra. By listening to your heart. The more you listen, the more powerful your imagination gets, answered the guardian. Like my muscles, thought Ezra. Lately he had been lifting really heavy baskets in the shop and seeing the results. My uncle says the same thing, said Ezra. Your uncle is right, said the guardian. Be well, little one, said the guardian. Please, wait, I have more questions to ask. Is my lesson over? Asked Ezra. Guardian, Ezra called out. There was silence. Thank you for listening. This was a chapter from The Legacy of the Goddess, Power of Four. Tune in every Friday for a new chapter. You can also buy the whole book right now. Visit legacyofthegoddess.gumroad.com to buy The Power of Four in both written and audio format, as well as a special discounted bundle.